Yo, what's up? It's your man in 100 grand. One more time for your mind. It's your boy Doc Garcia, man. And I had to make a list. It's a list of 12 uncomfortable truths that women don't want to hear. You know, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying this: we, as men going our own way, we don't hate women. We recognize females for who and what they are. And with that being said, most, if not all of them, do not believe in self accountability. Most, if all of them, would like to believe that they are the super strong women who are independent and don't need a man and and all kinds of fallacies that they like to believe. They love to have delusions of grandeur floating around in their heads, which is far from reality. And I'm about to bust down about 12 truths that are uncomfortable that most women don't want to hear. Number one, and this is the most uncomfortable truth: most American women, anyway, most women in this country are whores. Let me explain. Now, plenty of women out here, I've done my research on this. Most women past the age of 35 have had sex with at least 24 men. Most women above the age of 35 have had sex with at least 20 plus men. So, if that ain't being a whore, I don't know what is. Now, if you're a woman that says 20 men isn't a lot for the age of 35, then guess what? You're a whore. This is why women have things like the slut walk, fighting for their rights for sexual liberation. Basically, they're fighting for the rights to be whores. Now, I, as a man, I don't give a fuck. You want to be a hoe, then be a hoe. But don't go around denying it. And then on top of that, you have the false rape allegations. There have been plenty of false rape allegations. And a lot of these false rape allegations stem from the fact that a lot of women get drunk, have consensual sex with guys, and then think about it later on and be like, you know what, I didn't enjoy that too much. Let me go ahead and file a rape charge on this guy. And now that guy's life is ruined simply because you were a fucking whore and you decide to change your mind about consensual sex later on. So, number one, most women are whores. Number two, men and women are not the same. You like to hear the bullshit about men and women are equal. No, we are not equal. Women have some things that they're good at, men have some things that they're good at. Well, you have some women that will say, well, women are smarter than men. Okay, well, let's look at the Carfax, shall we? You look at the amount of inventions that were made throughout history. How many women have invented these things? No, like very few, if any. Men have created damn near everything that you see around you. So when women say women are smarter than men, I don't see it. And if you want to talk about smart, you look at all of the fucking, women like to tout about college and all of that, but just simply going to college don't make you smart. You want to talk about smart, apply your smartness to making change. And a lot of a lot of this change that I'm talking about comes from degrees such as STEM degrees, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And when you look at the people that have STEM degrees, the larger percent of people that have STEM degrees, which are degrees that really require smarts, are men. Women have mostly degrees in bullshit like nursing. So, no, women are not smarter than men, and it's been proven. You look at the majority of scientists, they're not fucking women. You look at the majority of engineers, they're not women. Hate to burst your bubble, ladies, but you're not smarter than men. And I just proved it right there. And you're damn sure not stronger than men. I give y'all props for giving childbirth. That takes a lot of strength. You know? I mean, but, I salute y'all for that. But when it comes to actual, like, strength, like for real strength, like if you had to fucking pick up a 200-pound person or something like that in an emergency, most of you women wouldn't be able to do it. So you ain't smarter than men. You ain't stronger than men. Hate to burst your bubble, but it's the truth. Number two. Number three. You do not deserve the guy that you're looking for. Most women have a long, ridiculous, contrived list of characteristic traits that they look for in a man. And my whole entire thing is you need to be at least half of what you're looking for. If you're looking for a person who makes X amount of money, you need to be making X amount of money. If you're looking for a person who has no kids, then you need to not have kids. A lot of women like to ask for things in a man that they don't really fucking have as a counterpart themselves. And they think they can do so because a whole bunch of guys are out here kissing their ass, telling them that they're better than what they really are. Sorry to bust your bubble again, but that's number three. Number four, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your fucking kids. You have a lot of women who like to brag about their kids. Your kids are not special. Your kids most likely will not grow up to be special. Your kids will most likely grow up to be normal, average motherfuckers, if not worse. I mean, these are facts. So there's that. Number five, the gender pay gap is a myth. And let me tell you why. Remember those STEM degrees that I mentioned earlier? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Those degrees are mostly held by men. So guess what? Those STEM degrees equal entry into high paying jobs. These are labor markets that women aren't part of because women don't get STEM degrees in large numbers like men do. So, of course, men are getting the bigger bucks because they're taking the bigger risk. And on top of that, when it comes to risk, you look at, places like Wall Street. How many fucking women you see running Wall Street? You barely see any women on Wall Street because they don't have the guts or to take the risk that men do when it comes to these type of environments. So that's why we make the big bucks and women are stuck in these bullshit labor markets like teaching and nursing. So you want to talk about a gender pay gap? If it's a pay gap, it's because y'all aren't getting the education and the goddamn skills you need to goddamn get in the labor markets you need to be up there with the men when it comes to pay. Just saying. So the gender pay gap is a fucking myth. Number 5. Number 6, you're not as beautiful or as special as you think. A lot of women like to think that they're little beautiful butterflies, little beautiful angels, and fucking guys kiss their ass the majority of their life and telling them that they're beautiful and telling them that, oh baby, it's nothing wrong with you, and oh, you're perfect. You're not perfect. And women are fucking creatures just like any one of us on earth. Women aren't special. Y'all shit. Y'all fucking pay bills. Y'all have periods. Y'all are fucking human. Don't fucking be. So I don't know why guys be out here kissing your asses, thinking that telling y'all that y'all are better than y'all really are. Most of you have plenty of debt, and your pussy isn't worth it, which leads me to to point to point number 7. Your pussy means nothing. Your pussy means nothing. Yeah, because let me tell you something. Any man that's worth his salt, I don't give a fuck if you an Instagram model. I don't give a fuck if you fucking look like a movie star, an actress. I don't give a fuck what you look like, or how big your ass is, or how big your titties is. Your pussy means nothing. Because, okay, you look at the pussy, and then you look at the baggage that most of you have to bring to the table. Most of you, your baggage ain't worth the risk of getting your pussy. I'm sorry. Because most women aren't good financially. Most of you, you bring a lot of debt to the table, kids to the table from other men, and a lot of other bullshit and attitudes and traumatic past, and it's not worth it. So your pussy means absolutely nothing. Let's see. Number 8. Women want to be sexually objectified. Now I say this because a lot, like, you look at a lot of women, especially on dating profiles, and they will say, well, I'm not on here for hookups. Oh, well, I don't want to have sex. I want a relationship. So if you're looking at me for sex, then don't come at me. And you look at these chicks on the dating profile, and these same chicks talking about they're not looking for sex. Y'all are leading with sex because your pictures, you have fucking your titties out. You'll have like booty pics, duck face selfies with all kinds of sexually revealing clothes on. You want to be sexually objectified. Because if you didn't want to be sexually objectified, you wouldn't dress like that. Just like Dave Chappelle say, you might not be a whore, but you sure are wearing a whore's uniform. I'm just saying. And a lot of you aren't as beautiful as you think because half of your beauty comes from fake shit. A lot of the shit that you fucking have on your face, all the face paint, all the fake eyelashes, the fake boobs, the fake asses, all of that shit, the fake hair. Once you take all of that shit off, you're not that beautiful. Sorry. And let's talk about double standards. So you got, think like number 9, height versus weight double standards. Women love to mention that I won't date a guy unless he's 6 feet tall. 14% of the population is 6 feet and above. So you cutting out a good 86% of the population of men when it comes to choosing men simply because they're below 6 feet tall. So it's okay for a woman to have height standards, but it's not okay for a man to have weight standards. Well, you say I don't want a man that's over 6 feet tall, but if I say I don't want a woman that's over 150 pounds, all of a sudden I'm a shallow jackass. What's the difference between the two? I'm just saying. The double standards are fucking crazy, man. And then on top of that, let's get on number 10. Your insecurities are the reason that you're single. Most women are insecure as fuck, regardless of the bravado they put on, regardless of the fake confidence that you see with them strutting around and, oh, I'm a bad bitch and all of that shit. And I'm a strong, independent woman and all that. They have to tell themselves that to mask and hide their insecurities. I see right through y'all like glass. You're really transparent to me. And a lot of women who like to put on that front, a lot of them have been raped in the past. A lot of them have been made fun of by other women in the past. A lot of them have been fucking let down in their personal life and their work life and all of that shit, and they want to hide it up with that independent woman persona. And a lot of those are like insecurities. And guess what? Men don't want to deal with that. So guess what? Your insecurities are the reason that you are single. And hell, and then you have some women who can be the most beautiful women in the world, and they'll still fret about a little pimple they have on their face or some little bullshit that doesn't even matter. Some little bullshit insecurity that nobody cares about but them. Learn to accept the real you and goddamn live with that. So your insecurities are the reason you're single. And let me see. Uncomfortable truth number 11. The reason women aren't ahead of men is due to lack of discipline, risk, and sacrifice. Men don't have the option of marrying up or dating up to get ahead. Men don't have the option of, meeting a rich person of the opposite gender and just hanging on to their coattails so they can come up in life. Men don't have that option. But the majority of us. So guess what? We have to work hard to get what we have. We have to work to get what we have. We don't have any other option. If you're a woman, you can goddamn fuck the goddamn boss and get a fucking promotion. If you're a woman, you can goddamn, get a baller or whatever and fucking get with him and everything is all gravy for you. Men, we don't have options like that for women. So guess what? We have to work our ass off. And then we have to create a path on our own. And this is why men are above women when it comes to excelling and creating shit and building shit in life, because we have to. There is no other option for us men. But there are options for you as women. So there's that, number 11. And number 12. And I know a lot of you women don't want to hear this one. Women determine sex, but men determine relationships. I'll tell you this. When it comes to sex, yeah, women can goddamn wield that shit over a man's head like a motherfucker. And let me tell you, a real man wouldn't even fucking be fazed by a woman trying to hold pussy above his head. Because a real man would have a fucking side bitch on standby just in case a bitch act up. Women determine sex, but men determine relationships. Women are constantly flustered as to why they aren't in relationships. It's because a lot of you aren't relationship material. And you think that all men want is sex. It's not the truth. Men want a woman who actually cares about them, who listens to them, who's there for them, who's feminine, who will be a ride or die chick for them. That's what men want, and those are the type of women I mean, those are the type of characteristics that men look for, and these in women. And if a fucking woman shows those characteristics, guess what? 9 times out of 10, she's gonna become a man's wife. A woman like that, 9 times out of 10, a man will do anything for a woman like that. But most women in America, anyway, aren't a ride or die chick. Most women in America are greedy, entitled, self serving motherfuckers. And they think that they can get anything that they want and need from a man just through sex. And that's where they fuck up. And that's why a lot of these women out here aren't getting a ring put on their finger. So there's that. Women determine sex, men determine relationships. You tell me which one is more important. Uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable truth number 12. And these are fucking truths that you don't want to hear, that you wish weren't true, but somebody needed to tell you. Because the world is too busy trying to cater to you motherfuckers and goddamn try not to hurt your feelings. But I don't care about your feelings. I'm just here to tell you the truth, baby. It's your boy, Doc G out. Peace.